Now, the rest of the story.
Welcome back to the rest of the story. I know I could say it like old Paul Harvey, but it's getting late. Late enough, but not really. It's 11:07 at night. It's just Andrew, Sabrina, and me. And we're gonna run till about midnight. We started from 0 corn in the bin. I just checked it. We are at right at a third, actually. Hold on a second. Got problems or what's the matter? That's a problem I can get along with. I'll be right there. So, Midland radios, yes, they work great. I like them. I got nothing against them. I've had people ask why I don't have the micro mobile in the 76 anymore. I've said it more than a few times, and if the audio's kind of goofy here, I apologize. I do not like a dedicated radio in our tractors. That's great if you are 1000% grain farming, but because we are in and out of the machinery as much as we are, it's kind of hard to chirp at somebody when you're outside of the machine. So I use these handhelds. We all use these handhelds so much more than we would the micromobiles, the base stations. Also, to get the micromobile to work on my tractor in particular, I would have had to put like a 2 or 3 foot long antenna on the top of the tractor. My tractor hardly clears the machine shed out of my place. Inches, not feet. So it hardly clears the LED light I have on top. So I'm not going to be dealing with taking a antenna off of the 76 every single time I want to go in and out of my machine shed, which is multiple times a day at certain times. So that is why this is not in my tractor anymore. I like being able to carry the radio on me, not just stuck in the tractor. So, what's it like to harvest corn in the middle of the night with snow on the ground? No, we are not gumming up the sieves or the back end of the combine at all. The reason we are getting away from that is, well, for number one, there is hardly any snow on the corn plants yet. The sun we had earlier today pretty much melted that all off. Secondly, a workaround dealing in snow, harvesting in snow, is when it is as cold out as it is. I mean, we're talking single digits, probably getting down to 0 right now. I'm wearing all of my winter clothes as I would in like February, and in the time it takes me to unload, which I got down to about 4.5 minutes, I can feel the cold air cutting through my heavy coat. I can feel it on my shoulders. So what that does is that it's keeping the snow cold enough where it doesn't necessarily thaw on the inside of the machine and then refreeze. Because this is a very, it's a, how do I say it, a dry, cold snow. I mean, it's not giving us any issues whatsoever, which we have the lights on in the back end of the combine so I can check it from here and see that it is not getting plugged up. As in my live stream the other night, which at this point I don't know if it's still up or not. It is just me. I'm not going to sit and discuss as to why it's just me right now. It's not worth getting into that argument. Discussion, should I say. Oh, you jerk. Here I thought I was going to be able to just take my time and... Okay, I guess we're going to unload on the go. Andrew called me earlier and I asked him what he was up to tonight. And guys, farmers, get yourselves an agronomist like Andrew that is willing to help you out when you ask for it. So, I need somebody to run the combine. He could have hauled in for me, but honestly, I prefer this job. I rode in the combine earlier. I ran the combine earlier. I got it set where we want it. And I ran it for about the first 15 acres. Brian hauled in for me before he had to leave. And everything's working great. And Andrew jumped in it. I mean, he's used to running $500,000 sprayers. So I think he can handle running our combine. He's been doing a really good job. He's been doing everything exactly as I told him to do it, running it exactly how I told him to run it. And I don't have any complaints. As a matter of fact, I think he's like a 3-year-old in there playing with that harvest monitor, because that's actually what we bought from him. And the harvest monitor isn't the big sell, it's the yields that we're seeing right now, because we're currently at the home farm, and right now it's just a push to be done with harvest. I'm not stressed. I'm not annoyed. I'm just grateful we don't have soybeans out. To be honest, it could be a lot worse. There are guys in this area, a lot of guys, that still have soybeans out, and their only real option at this point is to bin them and air dry them themselves, because the point of being able to harvest them directly from the field and take them to the elevator, it's done. So that isn't a headache we got to deal with. Corn, it's crappy out. I mean, it's not fun. It's not October harvest. Nope. But guess what? The yields are not diminishing. They're not going away from the weather we're having. And I'm actually still feeling pretty awesome. I really am. Just because we found out, I think I mentioned this in the live stream, that our yield monitor, the calibration was off. It is running at the moment. It's for every 5 acres we're harvesting, it's 100 bushels short of what the actual bushels are. So needless to say, some crappy yielding looking headlands, which I thought they did look pretty horrendous, to be honest with you. Actually ran healthily over 200. Not super.
Logging into the fishing app lately.
I'm trying to talk to myself in here. I can't do it with you chirping at me. What did you say again?
Why would you check out the Xfinity app lately?
No, I haven't. The things you gotta work with and you're trying.
I got it running off my phone, but it don't matter. Kinda cool to see what you look like on here for me being on this end.
I figured you enjoy running the combine. You actually see the fruits of all the stress and all that we had to deal with this summer. 1 minute.
You're so sweet, thank you.
Anytime. And also, guys, it helps if you're actually on friendly terms with your agronomist. So I get along with Andrew really well. We all do. And I get pretty much a phone call from him at least once a day. And he's a big reason as to why we are getting the yields we're getting. I'm not trying to put anybody down. I doubt anybody that this pertains to is actually watching the channel. But Andrew is the first agronomist we've really dealt with. Now, let's not cut corners. Andrew is the first agronomist that we have dealt with that actually was not just trying to make sales. not going to name names because I'm not going to do it. But in the past, we've dealt with people that we saw them in the fall or early spring. We would make our orders. They'd show up again for picking up the check, and that would be the last time we saw them until they had to make sales again. And that is the same job title Andrew has. He hates the sales aspect of his job. He just enjoys helping the farmers. And he does a dang good job of it. At least he relates to you. I mean, he's not just showing up, just flying through and yep, money, and gone. I mean, we respect him for that. We really do. So, the big issue I'm dealing with, I'm going to kick back and relax a little bit because we got probably about 2 more loads. Unless he's going to keep going, then I'm going to keep hauling. But we're almost done at Rockville. We probably got not even 10 acres left. So, probably an hour and a half, maybe. And then we're going to be going again early tomorrow morning, haul from my place up here. And we have plenty of corn at this point to fill all of our fall contracts and get our storage full. At least that's what it's looking like at the moment. But the big problem I'm having right now is the fact that getting from the field, of course everything downhill is easy. I can do downhill. But it's the stuff going from the bottom of the field road back up to the buildings. And anybody that hasn't been here at the farm day or anything else like that, maybe I should do another gator ride video where you guys can, from the point of view of the gator operator, but it's actually a long, steady climb from the bottom of the field road down here on that 90-degree turn back to the buildings. And 364 days out of the year, that doesn't mean anything. Well, guess what? Tonight, it matters, because when you're pulling a wagon load of corn up a field road that at one point was just snow, but when you pack it down like a dozen times now, running back and forth with tractor and the combine and this even, it turns into packed ice. And I'm running the front wheel assist with the diff lock and one tire in the field, which you think that would help, but it really doesn't. Trying to get up the field road because that ice is bad enough, but then the fact that we have frozen ground on top, the ground doesn't give. So even though I got some very meaty treads on the 76, I'm still digging and clawing my way out of here. And I could get partial loads like what I have right now and take them back and make more trips, but that just wouldn't be Travis. So I can handle waiting and getting a full load and making these trips worthwhile. It just means that you have to be not a rookie driver. You actually got to be aware and careful of what you're doing. So we're on the tail end of harvest. As far as Dad goes, Dad's only got like 60 acres. No. 40. 2. We got Dad's got about 85 to 90 acres to go yet. I got over 100 acres to go yet. Ryan's got his cornfield out on the side road, but that's going to be feed. So I'm not 100% certain what we're going to do with that. But beans are done. I can't stress that enough. If we had beans in the field, I would be having chest pains. Sounds like I'm stressing out and freaking out about, getting carried away, stuff you can't control, yada, yada, yada. It's just that...
I'll meet you back down by the field road to load you.
10-4. It's just the nature of the beast. You can say you're not going to stress about stuff, but you will. But that's a big reason as to why I'm not freaking out. Corn is standing awesome. The big thing that slows us up is the fact that when we get snowstorms that are wet and heavy and like to pull down the plants or stick on the ears that you're trying to pull, or in the plants in general, you're pulling snow into the machine. I really don't like to see that. But The yields are great. I currently, maybe I'm being a little too, I'm getting ahead of myself yet, getting the horse ahead of the cart ahead of the horse, but it's looking like we're gonna be sitting all right going into the winter, or going into the end of the year, into the new year. So we'll have to see. Anybody was asking about new purchases, I don't have anything in mind right now. There is a red Angus heifer, potentially cow sale this upcoming Saturday. Today is, and my videos are going to be backlogged, Tuesday, November 12th for about another 35 minutes. And I don't know, I'm just going to post videos 5 days a week like I always have been, and the dates are what the dates are. That's just how it's going to be. So, I was kind of hoping to maybe go to that sale this upcoming Saturday, actually. Holy crap, tomorrow is Wednesday. Ah, man. This week really got away from me. But the reason I can't really focus on that cow sale is because we need to be harvesting. If we could run the next 4 days and run, not just a load or two, which has never been an issue this fall. I mean, it's a big stress reliever having our own truck. I mean, I've said it enough times. I'm going to say it many times again. But just having to not coordinate with somebody that isn't part of the operation. Now, I'm not saying that to be a jerk, but it's really easy to know what Ryan is doing, what he's planning on doing, and to know that when that truck pulls out the driveway, he's coming back to the farm, that we can keep sending loads out. And I have heard that last year was miserable for us as far as trying to get trucks. I mean, because everybody was calling. Absolutely everyone was trying to call and get trucks. Where'd he go? I don't see the lights, do you? And I was told that it's actually a lot worse this year. As far as anybody, yeah, he's back there. As far as anybody actually trying to get a hold of custom haulers, I think we'd probably, I don't think we'd be half as far as we are currently if we were having to hire somebody to haul for us. And that's just the nature of the beast, the name of the game. So the truck is worth it. It's just getting it done, and it's more of a weather thing. It's just Mother Nature as far as fighting her this year. It's been a battle from January 1st, and at least she's consistent. We fought her the whole way through, the whole last 12 months. And I'm hoping that she isn't clocking in another 12 months after this. But that's enough of me talking for tonight. This is live from the tundra. I mean, it's kind of weird hauling in corn like this, but does it discourage me from farming? Absolutely not. I've heard Grandpa tell stories about harvesting corn with snowdrifts in the field, where he had to drive around the snowdrifts and pick the corn he could pick between the snowdrifts. We are not that bad yet, and it's farming. Maybe that's just the best way to say it. It is farming. I can't sit and stress about every little thing that gives us problems, because I won't make it to 50 if I sit and stress about everything. So, all right, here comes Andrew. I gotta go. He's probably gonna want to load on the go, going down the field road or something. I joke for a fact, but all right. Thanks for watching. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.